record of adaptation, and you see it in your own life. I mean, I have a lot of dogs.
Why are they debating
adaptation
this?
in dogs, you know, through the litter to litter. But no, there's no evidence at all that zero, that, you know, people, you know, evolve seamlessly from a single cell amoeba. No, there's not. There's no chain in the fossil record of that at all. And that's why you don't actually hear people, you hear them make reference to evolution, because the theory of adaptation is clearly, obviously true. But Darwin's theory's totally, that's why it's still a theory almost 200 years later, you know? No, we have not found that at all.
I mean, so is gravity. Like, what does it mean?
And I can't even guess. I mean, I have my own theories on it, but they're not proven.
What are your theories?
God created people distinctly, and animals. I mean, I think that's like, I think what every person on Earth thought until the mid-19th century, actually.
Right, but
it's not a new idea.
They didn't have computers. They didn't have a general understanding that we have today of the process.
Do you think we understand more now?
Yes.
Really?
You don't think that we understand more today?
We understand way less. We understand so little that we're actually
It is kind of cool to see him be like so wrong, like objectively so wrong on an issue, but demonstrate that he still has that same cadence and that same confidence.
Is it?
In the face of...
Do we know?
Yeah, I mean, that's all he has. Which is funny, though, because, like, he's sitting across from a literal baboon. Like a half-evolved one, as a matter of fact. And he's making short work of this too. Like, even him, he's like, what are you talking about?
The theory of adaptation is clearly, obviously true. But
I don't
Darwin's
get why
theories...
he's okay with adaptation, but not evolution.
Well, he's just, it's a different word for it. So it's different. Because if it's adaptation, then we adapted after God created us, I think. I don't know what he believes. I don't even know if he knows what he believes.
Totally. That's why it's still a theory almost 200 years later, you know? No, we have not found that at all. And I can't even guess. I mean, I have my own theories on it, but they're not proven.
Yeah. What are your theories?
God created people, you know, distinctly, and animals. I mean, I think that's like, I think what every person on Earth thought until the mid-19th century, actually.
Right, but
it's not a new idea.
They didn't have...
God, he's so weird.
That's an insane take, dude. Yeah, humans believed it for longer than we haven't believed it, so it must be true. Yeah, dude, we believed a lot of shit, okay? The metric for people like this is very simple. And that is, okay, let's say you have a cut. Or let's say you break your arm. Or let's say you get a massive gash. Are you going to treat it with medicine or not? Because if you're going to treat it with medicine, and I know for a fact he's going to not do bloodletting because he's not a real one, then shut the fuck up about what people believe back then. That's crazy, dude. There's people unironically defending Tucker's take. Anybody dumping on Tucker Carlson for his podcast with Joe Rogan simply did not listen to its entirety or listen to it solely for the purpose of cherry-picking sound bites to mock Tucker. Probably more so the latter. The portion on evolution that went viral, sometimes viral comes down to two things, semantics and faith. Adaptation versus evolution is arguably a question of semantics, up to a point. And Tucker suggesting God created humans is no more fantastical than suggesting the existence of a universe came from singularity. In fact, it might be the same thing, which would explain why so many great scientists unequivocally believe in... Oh, shit. We effed.
What happened?
We lost connection. The internet pooped for a second. It's coming back now. Anyway,
you know what the problem is? You need Neil deGrasse Tyson to come in, but he's busy saying that like Star Wars isn't accurate or something.
Yeah. Adaptation versus evolution is arguably a question of semantics up to a point. And Tucker suggesting God created humans is no more fantastical than suggesting the existence of the universe came from singularity. In fact, it might be the same thing, which would explain why so many great scientists unequivocally believe in God. Where is this coming from? Like, is that like a new meta or something?
Many great scientists. I'm one of them. I'm one of the great scientists.
Either everything that is always was, or everything that is and always will be came from nothing. Both alternatives require some form of godly explanation. Oh, he owned it. He owned everybody in the marketplace of ideas. He's like, everything we don't know is probably God. That's literally the whole point of religion, dingus. That's like why it was so poppin' and is no longer as poppin' as it once was. What do you mean? We use that to fill the holes in our knowledge, to be like, yeah, I'm sure there's like some greater, higher purpose or higher power that is designing all of this for us, which I think is really funny because you're describing what scientists kind of do in a very ungodly way, which is precisely the reason why they were punished for many, many years. Back when God was popping way more. Law, this argument's you to hear back in atheist YouTube heyday. Yeah.
We're so back.
Except atheists, like, okay, the atheist Redditors were phenomenally annoying. And weren't doing this kind of shit to like Christian supremacist fascists or whatever, and spent most of their time, most of their social capital, most of their cultural capital, expended it on hating Muslims and advocating to kill all Muslims. Either everything, regardless, highlight thus far, the measure of humility is really simple. Can you tell the truth about yourself? He was not making a semantical argument. Once certain aspects of evolution became undeniable, the argument for many creationists changed to the adaptability position. Oh, I love when the like weird right-wing losers argue amongst themselves because like some of them are atheist weirdos and the other ones are like Christian weirdos. This is my favorite genre. I suspect this is one of those like weird right-wing losers that is an atheist and he's like upset. Change to adaptability position, which allows animals to adapt and change over time, but not to evolve into different species. A position that is complete denial of science to the levels of gender theory and sex denial. You are incorrect to say it is